Yeah, so really quick, we're this mic we have to leave open. So when you hear Dutchy say all quiet, we can't even breathe almost. You know what I mean? We got to really be quiet because it'll pick it up. Yes. Oh, sorry. All right, you're good, Dutch.
Turn me up a little bit. Keep going. Right there. All right, shut everything down for me. We're going to start.
And I got the effects on too. All right.
Can you give us an overview of how the show's going to run?
It's just I don't have.
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
All right, Zeke, never mind. Give me a second.
Okay, so really quick, Lord.
Yeah.
I shoot from the hip, dude.
All right.
It's the best way to go. It's like a football game. You have plans, but they're all going to work right. So.
Who's Tom Brady, me or you?
Oh, it's going to bring the Tom Brady. Oh, jeez.
I got you.
First one in the toilet.
All right, all quiet. We're going live right now.
Was that? This is
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
You're cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey of crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's another Maniac Monday here at the chaoticradio.com studios. There we go. Excellent. Getting ready to go live on Facebook, but we have to do our cheers. We have Lord Bishop Rocks in the house.
They jumped the gun. They couldn't wait.
But we... Oh, did they?
That's all good.
That's all right. All right, so cheers guys.
Rock and roll.
Cheers.
Cheers, rock and roll.
There's nothing like a good shot of tequila. To quench the thirst. All right, so here we go. Go live now in 3, 2, and 1. All right, hey, Facebook land. We are live on the Zig Zone, chaoticradio.com. Got a special guest in the house tonight. It is Lord Bishop Rocks, all the way from
Germany / New York / the outer universe.
Oh, there you go. And then actually we went and seen you guys perform on Saturday. Kicked ass.
Thank you.
Definitely kicked ass. Couldn't stick around for the last band because I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. So it was that would have been a long day for me because, man, I had like one too many 805s. Me and American Mike left the house taking 2 shots each of Patron. Then I made my little drink that I make with the cranberry vodka and lemonade. And then we phoned out over there. Then had a couple Long Islands. It was funny because every time I go to a place, I ask them. I say, "Hey, you know what? Do you know how to make a Long Island?" And actually, the first bartender, she was actually very. She goes, "Well, what do you mean?"
Just mix a bunch of shit.
Well, she says, "Well, what do you mean?" And I says, "Well, my thing is that whenever I go to a place, they either put too much sour in it, and then too much Coke. So then I get acid reflux. I mean, at Long Island, it's supposed to be long in the island." So it's supposed to have a lot of goddamn alcohol in it.
Yep,
And she's
just
like,
a
you know
dash
what?
of Coke."
I better let the other bartender make this for you. She brought it back, and it was good. I think it was still a little too much sour, but it was good. But, Long Island's my drink. If I'm going to go out, that's just the go-to drink. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So, let me take this. We've already got people saying, hi, what's up, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
Oh, hey, what's up, Dave? Up, Tiff.
Hey.
Hi, mail lady. And, my buddy Shorty's actually tuning in, man. And, of course, I got my fellow instructor, Dave Rusk, which he was out there teaching the IRC over at Ride Right and Lake Elsinore, which I was at this weekend. And actually, I didn't finish my comment. I rode to Lake Elsinore on Sunday morning. When I left my house at 6 o'clock in the morning, it was 40 degrees. That was the ambient temperature. That wasn't once I got on the freeway and did miles per hour. It got freaking chilly, man, and I didn't put my gauntlet gloves or my thermal gauntlet gloves on, so some of that wind creeped up the old sleeves. Yeah, it was a pretty brisk ride there, man. And then of course I had some fucking goofball in either like a Mercedes or a Lexus, whatever kind of luxury sports car, trying to think that he was gonna get me on Bebe. Let me tell you, bitch, you ain't gonna get me on Bebe. It doesn't happen that way. CBR 1000 Honda, bitch. I get you. So, anyways, we have Lord Bishop. What's up, Lord?
Man? What's up, man? How you doing?
And then we got the drummer John.
What's happening?
Hey, great job, John.
Thank you.
Because you're sitting in with 3 drummers right here.
Oh, God.
So, that was a great job. And there was a couple times, man, when during a couple of the songs, I'm like, oh, man, I just want to run up there and just jam on this, man. I don't know if you guys, well, obviously not going to notice, man, but I was sitting there playing drums on the bar.
I heard that.
That was it, man. And then we got Eggers. Yeah, come on up, John. You can come on and sit right here. And we got Eggers. What's up, Eggers?
Hi.
That's bass player. Handling the bass. Good bass, dude. Nice and solid. What I liked is that you and John were like tight. That's what I like to see. The bass drummer or the bassist and the drummer got to be a pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Tell that to Lord,
And then we got and then Scott's back down from the north.
Yep.
What you did? You played where?
North of Sacramento is, oh God, what the hell was that city? I don't know. Brain fart right now. I'm hitting your wall right there.
Boom. Okay, that's at least somebody else
it's
hit the brick wall
You
before.
said City?
About an hour north of Sacramento.
Marysville?
No, God damn it.
But you were up there with
West something? West Lake or West something? I don't know what the hell.
West
it's called.
Sacramento?
No, it was north of that.
There is a West Sacramento.
But you were up there with Mr. Crowley.
Yeah.
Great gig.
No, it was a fun gig, yeah.
That's a cover band?
It's
Yeah.
a tribute
Tribute
band.
band?
Tribute
Yeah,
band.
Ozzy
Ozzy
and
tribute?
Sabbath.
You're a drummer of that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what my last name is, right?
What's that?
Crowley.
Crowley?
Nice.
Crowley. It's
Nice.
pronounced
Oh,
Crowley,
Crowley?
but it's spelled the same.
Nice.
They just pronounce it. Ozzy didn't pronounce it
Why
right.
don't you find out who his mom is? You don't know his mom. Find out who his mom is.
Who's your mom?
I don't know. Some wonderful woman.
Tell him who her mom is. Tell him who her mom is.
She was in politics and a reporter and ran her own show on CNN for a while on Sunday show, politics mainly.
Cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Candy Crowley. Yeah.
Candy Crowley.
Right on. There you go.
Nice.
Lord
And then
knows
of
who
course
did it.
there's the Mr. Vajayjay himself, the great white vagina.
How y'all doing?
So I mean I've already seen him this weekend. So
He's got a big muff going there. So.
Hey, somebody sent me a video. I think it was Woody, his buddy of mine lives in Iowa. Sent me this thing, and this chick was sneezing. Right, it was one of those things where like those videos where people make. She sneezes, and then she's a hot chick. She sneezes, her top comes off. She sneezes again, her bra comes off. Nice big old pair of titties. She sneezes again, then her skirt comes off. Then she sneezes again, and her panties disappear. Right, and she actually had a bush. She had hair. I was like, oh man, it's nice bush. Now there's nothing wrong with it. I know there's nothing wrong with it. You, Vajayjay, you're the fucking hippie guy in center, man. He
likes underarm hair.
Yeah, well, yeah. See what Vajayjay does. You guys are familiar with Venice Beach, so that's what he does. He goes to Venice Beach and plays the drum circles and has a bunch of hairy armpit and hairy coochie, hairy butt chicks legs and everything running around naked.
Actually, they're all shaved at the drum circle. They're hot. They dance around in bikinis. I can't complain. Sometimes not bikinis.
Well, that's okay.
I
as long
cannot complain.
I don't really care if they're hot. You know, I just like seeing titties bounce around. That's, you know.
Oh, that's definitely the place to go for that.
Titties are
Definitely.
titties. I like that country song. Show them to me. Doesn't matter, man. Fucking show them. Well, unless they're granny titties. If they're hanging down to their knees like my nuts hang down to my fucking knees, I don't want to see that shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, second that.
Right. So, anyways, let's Lord. So, go ahead and tell us where you're from. You know, how long you've been doing this, and I mean, you've been doing this for a while. I've done a lot of research on you.
All right, cool. I'm originally from New York, and I moved to Germany like 19 years ago, and I just hit the road, and now it's like 4,000 shows later, 135 songs recorded, and I'm just traveling, kicking ass, doing it the punk rock style, bringing it to the people.
Now, see, I thought you as more of like bluesy rock is what it kind of came off to me.
That's because you
know?
stereotype me, man.
Yeah, you know, I get off he gets off the stage and he comes back over to me and I says, man, you know, that was kind of like that was like running me kind of like Jimi Hendrix, and he kind of like oh, thanks, you know. I don't know. That's this basically what it sounded like to me. But I mean, we're gonna let people make their decision once you start jamming.
No, the thing is, you are influenced by who you're influenced by. But
Right.
It depends on how you twist it.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, so you can kind of grab that part, or you can grab another part. You know, of course, I'm black and I'm from a certain generation. Of course, I got soul in my voice and groove in the guitar and all that stuff. So of course, this is part of that whole thing, that Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, Jimi Hendrix, you know, Muddy Waters thing. You know, of course, it's in me, but how I deliver it is the trick, because I deliver it different from those other guys, because it's much more aggressive and much more in your face, and I don't give a fuck.
Right?
Nice.
It's, as we should not, huh? But so what made you move from New York to Germany?
A vision of my career, rebooting my career, kind of like a lot of black artists did, from Paul Robeson to Nina Simone to Mr. Hendrix. You know, Mr. Hendrix was nothing in America until he was discovered in a little fucking club in New York. And this guy took him to England and, you know, introduced him to everybody and promoted him. And next thing you know, here we are. So if he would have stayed in America, we would have never heard of him. So I just said I wasn't going to definitely emulate that. But, you know, I played in the United States. I did my thing. And the certain music we were doing just wasn't really connecting with the industry. So my former band went to Europe, and we did a short tour, and I smelled blood, and I came back. I told my mom I want to move to Europe. I talked to the band about moving. They all didn't want to go, so I told them to fuck off, and I left. And now it's, like I said, now it's 4,000 shows later, and I got myself a legitimate career. I can feed my family, and, you know, I have dreams of grandeur still, but you know what's up.
Right? Nice. So now, how did I mean? I've seen from the research I've done on you. I mean, obviously the lineup has changed
About 75,000 times.
Right. So where did you find John at?
Okay, well, Jonathan, who I call King Pepper, he was in a band called Vignette, and they supported my band in 2014 on 28 shows in Europe. We had met previously at the Saint in Asbury Park and played together, and we really liked each other, and the bands liked each other, and we decided to do the tour. And when I decided to do this, via some circumstances I won't get into, but when I decided to do this, then I put up an ad for drummers. So I wanted to pick up a drummer and on this side of the pond, and he told me he was interested, and you know, and here we are. And I was very happy to be here with him, and we're friends and have a good vibe together, and that's it, you know.
Right on. So John, now obviously you already knew Lord, you know, previously in advance. What type of band did you come into or come from to join Lord?
I mean, the one we toured Europe with, I always said it was a weird rock and roll. I mean, most of the stuff I do is weird rock and roll. It was kind of harder hitting, but yeah, like Jane's Addiction style. But I've been in a couple different bands. I mean, but this is the stuff I love, that hard hitting in your face type of stuff. You know, some of these songs are just, you know, when we're on tour with them, I'm just, you know, dying to play a couple of them because I got along really well with the drummer, and we would always talk about the songs and all that. So when this opportunity came up, I just sent him a text. I said, you know who I am and what I do. Like, if you want to talk, let's talk. And then it went from there. But, you know, my bass is Zeppelin, Floyd, Jimmy, all that stuff. Anything that's in your face, you know, Nine Inch Nails, stuff like that. I really like that hard stuff that really, you know, Primus, that makes you feel it and doesn't, you don't just listen to it, you feel it, and you know, you go to shows and you can go berserk. And that's really what's important to me is the live show and going berserk. And this is the first guy that's ever told me, you know, we're in rehearsal the other day, and he goes, play louder and faster. And I said, that's all I've ever wanted to hear anyone say to me in my life, you know. So it was just like, all right, I think I'm in the right band now, you know, because I get to play loud and hard, which, you know, it's what I think every drummer wants to do for the most part. You know, Dave Grohl used to get on the drums and just be like, I knew what I was going to do. I just knew what I was going to beat the hell out of the drums, and that's it. You know, so now I actually get to beat the hell out of the drums, you know.
Not the same issue. I had just the opposite issue. I had, you know, when I would join a band, it was like they had to, like, you know, catch up to me because I was more aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
man.
that's what, I mean, that's what Dave Grohl did for Nirvana. You know, they had to accelerate, you know, and there's always this dynamic between a guitarist and a bassist and the drums, and everybody's blaming each other for the tempo, and it's like, trust me, if you want to push and push and push, I could keep pushing, you know, and
right.
And it's just very seldom that you get any guitarist that or lead singer that doesn't want you to, you know, really lay back, and really just, you know, support me rather than, hey, push me,
Right.
you know, which is important out of a drummer, I think, you know, to really, where you leave the stage and you have three drummers going, hey, nice job, you know, I'm glad I didn't find out you guys were all drummers before I played, you know. But
Well, that's what we have the drum clinic, and what we do is a lot of things that we talk about, or one of the main things we talk about, is just what you said. The drummers actually sit there. That's the foundation of the band. He's supposed to push everybody and make everything happen, and that is a drummer's job. Like I said, we're not just someone to sit in the back in the shadows and support everybody else. No, we're to push everybody forward. You know, Scott actually is one of the most impressive drummers that, you know, I've seen in a long time. You know, especially when he does, you know, the Mr. Crowley tribute. You know, I mean, it's like, man, I'm like going, you know, he should have been playing in the place of some of the drummers that actually played for Ozzy, as far as I'm concerned, you know. But he's got great timing and great percussion. And that's what he does. He makes it sound like you are listening to the foundation of Ozzy, for sure.
We should have played Paranoid the other night then. You know? Man, that's a good one.
But so now Eggers, okay, I know you're not on the mic right now. You can just kind of lean inside this one right here. So now you're the bass player. So now how did you come about? Because I know that some of the pictures I've seen, it's not your face.
I'm not a bass player actually. I'm a guitar player, but joining my friend on this tour, that is one of my biggest challenges so far musically, because I've never played bass on tour on stage before. So yeah, this is a long story, very short.
All right, so you just kind of Lord put you on the spot, huh? He's like going, hey, dude, you know, hey, there's a bass, grab it, play it.
Yeah, more or less it would happen just like that.
Well, that's kind of funny because you know playing the bass, you know, a bass should be more basic. I mean, unless it depends, playing funk or something like that.
Yeah.
Should actually, you know, support, you know, everybody else. But you know, that's what you did, because going from a guitar, you would think that you'd be like more like what's Motorhead, Lemmy. Lemmy plays the bass like a guitar. I mean, for real.
Yeah. It's true, and I think as a guitar player, I'm more like that, not as a bass player. So there's a lot for me to learn, discover, and you know, to get better as a bassist.
All right, well, very good.
I'm not looking forward to become a bass player, like in general, but I look forward to play more and more.
Right, and support the tour. Right on, because you guys have a few more dates. So, that's only my. It's only my charger. I'm okay. It's just my charger.
It's still live.
We are still live. Well, last time I didn't bring my charger, and it was like, holy shit. You know what?
Oh wait, we're not plugged into the board.
I only have. It's recording through my phone. We're all right, because it's only going on my Facebook, so I'm not really worried about going through the board. But so Lord, strum us up one, man. What do you want? What do you want to sing for us right now?
I'll sing a kind of a rock and roll anthem I do. It's called My Song. It's for all the bands all around the world and all artists struggling to try and make something of themselves.
All right, let's do it.
Spend my life on the rock and roll road, town to town, no zip code. You think it's freedom, it's sometimes hell. I'm a dream living, baby, no time to tell. This is my song, this is my song, for every day, yeah. This is my song, now it's your song, for yesterday, yeah. Money troubles, no credit, just cash. The minute you have it, Lord, it goes in a flash. Money troubles, no credit, just cash. The minute you have it, it goes in a flash. This is my song, this is my song, for every day, yeah, every day. This is my song, now it's your song, for yesterday, yeah. This is my song, 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 for every day, yeah, every day, every day, every day.
Nice. Awesome. I don't know what that ghost stuff came from. I was like, going, shit, was that coming out of his guitar?
That was some crazy ass Pink Floyd shit,
right? Dude, I just noticed you have your Uriah Heep shirt, man. Fuck, I have vinyl from Uriah Heep. I haven't listened to it in fucking years. I mean, I think ever since CDs came about, man. But fuck, Uriah Heep's a badass band. Dude.
Yeah, I supported them last March. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Nice.
I was standing next to Mick Box. He's about this tall. Like, Mick, wake up, stand up, Mick.
It's kind of when I met Dio for the first time.
Yeah, he's a short guy.
You know, and I'm like, he's expecting like a question of rock and roll and blah blah blah, and I looked at him. I says, you know what? Why do you look so tall on all the albums and everything? I don't want to back you like you're short, but you look way bigger.
It's the Chuck Norris effect.
Well, and he says, no, yeah, he said he stands on like a little deal. That's why you never, in pictures, you never see their feet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if it's like a band's photo kind of, photogenic thing. And if it's not, if it's on stage, it's all the camera angle.
Prince did the same shit.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Scaling.
Yeah, but it was just, I was just so amazed. You know what I mean? And I mean, especially because you're like what, 6'3", 6'4"?
I'm nearly 6'4".
Yeah,
275.
Yeah, we have another drummer, Frosty, from a band Zeno. It's a local band. He's 6'6",
something like that.
Right? Yeah.
Tall, gangly motherfucker.
Lanky.
Right? Anyways, cheers.
It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, buddy. I had so much time one time. Zig, I hope you have you're gonna order Uber to get home. I have a DD, bitch. I'm not that stupid. We had a few more people chime in here. Let me lift up my my Lennons is what I call them.
My spectacles.
So we got a lot more. Mark Garrick. That's he's a truck driver. My boy. Tito, what's up, Tito? JT Triplet, singer from
Fallen Union.
Fallen Union. Very good. Sphinx, who's actually the guitar player for Zeno. Yeah, really good. Man, they had a great gig. Me and JJ went and seen them. We got Louis Phantoms chiming in. Philip Chesney, Pajamas.
Nice.
Hey, Pajamas, we've been missing you, brother. We've really been missing you, man. He's been a little busy and wasn't able to make it to the drum clinic last few times. We got Sing Kieran, Ryan in. We got Ryan Pena.
Cool. What's up,
chiming
Ryan?
in. What's up, Ryan? He says turn his mic up. So we're going to turn him up. Or actually, you know what?
Just come a little closer.
A little bit closer,
All right,
yeah.
come a little closer.
Ryan Penn, he has a show on here. It's called The Black Lung Show. A really good show. Christine. Hey, how you doing, Christine? Christine Nakano. Dan Rupp. Dan Rupp is the man. Yo, Zig. What's up, dude? Yo, Dan. And, oh, shit. Well, go figure. Dutchy's watching. He's only in the engineering room there. Todd Sims. What's up, Todd? Tim Janelle, my best friend's brother. He's listening. Seth Bowlington. What up, Seth? We got Steve Gould. The father of the guitar player for shoot. Come on.
I don't know.
We just seen the kids. Serge.
Serge.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say.
These kids, I'm telling you, guys, these kids they're teenagers, like 16, years old. Wow, they sound like they've been playing for like 30 years. Really, really talented guys. Natalie Gami, how you doing, Natalie? Let me see. We got who else is in here? Eric. Fucking stretch, man. He's another tall guy, man. This guy's he's like 6'8", if I'm not mistaken, Eric. You're pushing 7 foot tall. Kevin, what's up, buddy? Kevin Kasaki. Philip Condry, what's up, Philip? And then, of course, Michael Plapp. Michael Plapp's running in. And, of course, my Uncle Joe. What's up, Uncle Joe? So, guys, thanks for tuning in, man. I hope you're liking the show so far. Let me scroll this up a little bit more. Lord, give me you've been playing. Obviously, you've been playing since you were probably a kid. We all started. I'm sure you guys all started when you were like little, right? So first off, when did you decide? You know what? Hey, I want to play the guitar and I'm going to start jamming.
I started playing the guitar when I was about 12, 13, but it was just something I would do recreationally. I was really an athlete, so I was playing. I was focused on football and trying to get my studies done. And when I finished high school. I went to a Division III school to play football. And, long story short, after coming back after the college thing, my father got really ill, so I had to come back and help the family. And then I just, I started getting into the music business as a promoter and as a manager, and that's the first thing I did. But I always playing a little guitar here and there. And after doing that, like 3 or 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was, I said to myself, I really want to express myself artistically outside of, trying to promote other artists. Especially, I got so jaded with people who were just like not really, as we say, going nowhere fast. And I just started, playing a little bit more. Then I put together a band, and the first band I put together, I was just singing, playing a little guitar in the background. And then when when I decided to go to Europe, I just really said, well, I'm going to go to Europe, and so I have two choices. I can put together a whole band, or I can try and push myself and take whatever guitar skills I had and accelerate them, because I said, look, it's much better to ride around and cruise around with a trio than it is with a 4 or 5 piece band, because you're dealing with all these personalities and chaos and everything else. And so that's what I did, basically. So I really started focusing on the guitar pretty much in, say, 1998. And then I just been focusing and playing and playing and playing. And, after so many shows, I'm getting to a point where I'm feeling good. I still have a lot to learn and develop, but that's how the guitar thing happened. But I was always writing songs, and I wrote all the songs for all my bands, and was always trying to contribute in that way, as a basic bass from the guitar. But most people say my voice is my main weapon, right
Well, New York is basically kind of like L.A. Hollywood kind of thing. It's very difficult to, which is a good point why you ended up going to Germany.
Almost, yeah.
But it's it's still kind of saturated.
The thing is, man, it's about blackness. And when I first started my band, the band after I dropped my promotion career, it was me. I was fronting the band with 3 white dudes. That band broke up. I picked up a black dude on bass, a black dude on guitar, and a white guy on drums. And we had found like the center ground between like Bad Brains, Living Color, Black Sabbath, and I don't know, this band called Death that you may have ever heard of. So we found this little mix of that. And me and the other guys were about the same size. So you had these 3 monstrous black dudes playing this heavy ass shit. And just to the moment where we were just about to have something to happen, Living Color broke up. So all this, you know, the labels running around going, we got to have a black rock band, or we got to have a grunge band, or we got to have whatever fucking band they want to pick because they don't know how to fucking choose anything individually. So when Living Color broke up, Bad Brains was a mess. Spies was all over the place. Fishbone was like, well, in and out. So all the real black guys doing any kind of rock music kind of faded away. We're not counting fucking faggot ass Lenny Kravitz. We're talking about black people doing real heavy shit. So they broke up, and then our market died. So then we had 3 years of like going to clubs and playing, and people just being scared. We walked in, turned up our amps, and they just faint because we were just so aggressive and loud and big and wow, and you know. So that's pretty much what happened. So I blame Living Color for my shit.
You know, I remember when Living Color broke out. It was so trippy to see an all black rock and roll band. Right. And man,
finally.
Right, you know,
since we created rock and roll,
you know, that's a fucking fact. I'm not going to disagree with you there. And they were a kick-ass band. I mean, every single one of them were so talented. I really loved, you know,
and they still are.
But they just kind of like just stopped. It was like, well, why the hell? I mean, they were just getting ready to like really. They were. I mean, not even ready to peak. They were really big,
right.
But they shot so much more to get to the point where they were actually going to peak and just really just be one of those legendary, you know, bands that you know everybody can listen to nowadays, even the kids. I mean, like Led Zeppelin or Uriah Heep.
Right. They would have been. They would have been it.
Yeah.
But the bad management, bad this, bad that. I won't get into all the politics of that because I know some of those dudes. But it was just that. But you know, you take a band like a band like King's X, for example.
Nice.
I thought they would go through the roof. I mean, you know, but just Doug Pinnick said it. You know, he said, "Man, there's still a big blockade. You know, when you're a black dude fronting a band, there's something there that you just gotta, you know, cross that border. And if you don't, I don't know, somehow twist it in some sort of pop direction or some sort of way, you know." So I made fun of Lenny Kravitz, but he's like the only one that has really, as a black person, kind of crossed around and still been like seen as a rock guy and soul guy and a pop guy all at once, and not really kind of sold out. You know, he's a good songwriter, etc. But the other black dudes who are doing it and kicking ass, and I mean, King's X made some killer records, man.
Oh yeah, it's one of my
Hell
They
yeah.
didn't blow up, man. They just didn't cross the line, and they should be up there with Deep Purple and everybody else, man.
Yeah, we actually had a conversation. We brought up King's X, and he's still sporting a fucking mohawk, and he still looks really, really good.
No, he shaved his head.
He shaved
Oh,
his
did he?
Yeah,
Oh, because I was
I
just
see him at
watching
the-
a thing on MTV with him.
I
He
see
still
him at
had
the
it.
jams at the Whiskey all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, really cool guy.
Doug
There's a
Pinnick.
lot of great hair going on.
Doug
here,
Pinnick,
too.
yeah.
But, you know, we're due for a take a break. But before I take a break, we need to make sure we hear some more music. So, Lord, what else you got for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna play right now. I'm gonna play a love song for the girls.
Hey, baby.
Song's called Down from the Sky. I live with my eyes wide open. Fantasies make me high. I'll give you all I can give you. And let go of all your lies. Fools believe in all things, but with dogs, sounds don't lie. My faith surrounds me and protects all the pain in your eyes, girl. Why do you stop me? Why not the other guy? Why do you want to rape me? Break me down, down from the sky, down from the sky, down from the sky. The color doesn't matter, and the language speaks the reason why. The hope that we were dreaming. The sea, the sun tells you why. If you could kill me with your hands or with your mind, my soul will never leave me. Leave no chance, baby. Protect your mind. Why do you stop me? Why not the other guy? Why do you want to rape me? Break me down, down from the sky, down from the sky, down from the sky. I live with my eyes wide open. Fantasies make me high. Give you all I could give you. Let go of your lies.
Very nice. The whole time I'm listening to that, man, I'm telling you, it was the same way I felt when we were watching you guys on Saturday. I just wanted to play drums. You know what I mean? I mean, Scott, I could already see Scott like, yeah, well, you were already thinking about licks to play, weren't you?
Well,
that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's a compliment. Thank you.
I love it, man. I mean, I love music, period, man. But God, man, it's. I'm so used to seeing metal bands all the time, and it just, you know, God, I mean, when I went and seen you guys on Saturday, man, it like took me out of my normal element, man, and put me in a whole other fucking world, dude. Right. And it was fucking awesome. I loved it to fucking death.
And the thing about Saturday, I thought it was a light set. I mean, I thought we played not as hard in terms of the song selection. You know, we didn't play the really hard songs that really, like, the drummers really go nuts about. You know,
I do have a question for you guys, though. Were you guys know the opening band that came on?
The BB Kings? I know Bob Nye. He's in the band called The Conditions, and they've been around for a while, but I didn't know this particular lineup.
Okay, well, because it was just a guitar player and a drummer.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that was different.
Which is also works. You know.
Yeah. I mean, my little cousins are from a band called Dianthus.
Okay.
And they've had many times where they did a gig and they didn't have like a bass player or, you know, a rhythm guitar player, and it was just guitar player and drums. But I'm telling you, you got to hand it to them. They put it out there and look, hey, we're here. We're not going to cancel the gig. Right. And that's respect.
Right.
I just really have to say that.
That's what happened with the Black Keys. I mean, they had so many bass players, they just gave up. They said, fuck it. And then, you know, it worked. And so they finally connected, and, you know, Dan Auerbach's doing really good. You know?
Right? And then, well, and Jack White's deal, it's
also,
just, yeah.
I mean,
he's doing all right.
Jack's doing very well.
And it's is he still making music?
Of
I know
course,
he's got a
of course.
studio.
Jack just had a new song just came out, man.
Really?
Yeah, you go to Third Man Records and Jack's new video is out and everything. I like Jack, but of course I dig what he did with the White Stripes. I mean, that's just the thing. But Jack's done a lot of stuff, and he's very talented.
He's a great songwriter.
And what he's doing with this record label and this whole Third Man Records and releasing the vinyl in Nashville, he kind of rebooted the whole Nashville scene, and so he's really responsible for a lot of great music, and he has some great artists on his label, and I would love to work with Jack, actually, if Jack is listening.
And, speaking of vinyl, we were sitting there, and you actually have a vinyl record out in
I have
America.
5 vinyls out.
America Mike was just, well, you had one there.
Right.
And America Mike was like, oh, shit. I get to, put a new record on my record player, And he already started jamming. He said he was jamming that the very next day. He woke up in the morning, got himself a cup of coffee, man, and started jamming that shit. But so what? A few people, not a lot. I can't say a lot, but there are still a few people. And actually, I think Dutchie. There's still a few punk bands that are still putting out vinyl. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
More than a few, man. I mean, vinyl's made such a fucking comeback that
Yeah, it's a lot.
The only problem you find with the bands that are at the lower level, it's just too expensive for them. We're talking punk bands,
Right.
Well, all the bands, I mean, I was big back in the vinyl. I kind of don't get it, but hey, if that's what people want to buy, then that's what we're gonna sell. I mean, I fucking love it. It's the sound is crisper and clearer.
I think it's more of a nostalgia thing.
I think so,
because
yeah.
we've all grew up with that, and it wasn't nothing like putting that needle on there, and the crispy, crackly sound, and then just rocking the shit out of it, man.
And real quick while we're on it, just in case you do want to play this shit, I've got every fucking song right now.
Oh, very nice.
So because I'm interested. I mean, I'm fucking loving you playing, dude. I mean, what a fucking great sound you've got right there. I'm interested to listen to the band. I've not heard of them. I've not heard their music.
Well, I maybe I should have invited you on Saturday. I didn't even think about that. I just figured you were like, with your girl, because
With your
Dutchie's like the freaky deaky, him and his girl. So I was just figuring you were spending some time, quality time. Shit, my girl didn't even show up. Right? I'm like, what the hell? I sent her a text, honey, where you at? She's like, what?
I'll bring you a vinyl record, man. It's gonna be $50, all right?
Nice.
Cool.
Sign it and we'll get that. You sign that fucker and we'll get it up on our wall there. Because I tell you, I fucking love it.
There you go.
That's the thing. Playing some of these songs, man. It's an honor for me because I really truly love like so many of his songs, and he's doing it the right way. He's playing rock and roll in your face, and he's touring 250 days a year. God knows how many. But, he's out there on the road putting everybody on his back, and he continues to do it. And the new record, I haven't released it yet, but, man, some of these songs are fucking incredible, and the songwriting of it and all that. And it's, he believes in it, and he's walking around. This is his life, like this, the songwriting of it and the lyrics, he's experiencing all these things that, and to me, that's what makes a song great is like believing it. And I believe these songs. Like some of these songs, man, I just end up and I'm like, oh God,
has passion for it. I mean, it's not easy to be a songwriter. I mean, I couldn't write a song that saved my fucking life, but if I find a little hook part, I can add that in. But writing a song, I suck dick. I just need to sit back there and do my job, playing the drums. So now, Lord, when is this new album due?
Hope Dutchie.
So quickly, what's going on is I have an unplugged CD coming out where I did some classics of my former music, and that's coming out soon on actually 3 labels. One label releasing the vinyl, one label releasing the CD, and I got a New Zealand label releasing an import, which is going to be released in New Zealand and Australia and a little bit in Japan. And then in September, I got another album coming out because I do also integrate some covers sometimes in our set. And so for years, the fans have been telling me, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So we decided to do an album of covers called Heavy 10. And that's going to be classic rock covers, everything from like Rockin' in a Free World to I Want to Be Sedated to Paranoid, My Way. And then I went to Seattle and I met with Jack Endino, who's the grunge producer who produced Mudhoney, Tad, Soundgarden, and he produced Nirvana's Bleach album. And he's in music, so next year we're going to go into the studio together, and he's going to produce my new original album.
Nice.
So that's the plan.
That's excellent, man. And so we're looking at like maybe
For a new original album, we're looking at mid to late 2019.
okay.
Yeah, for a new original album.
Okay, so that's great. So then you'll be back out here in 2019, and then we can come all see. We can put you back on the air,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And then get that signed vinyl.
Absolutely.
Oh, see, that's the see that.
That's $75.
Now it's seven.
That's 100, baby.
You don't need to pay us that much to put it in you know what? Fuck, we knock it down to 50 and we take it from you.
You know, I got in trouble earlier, man. I was talking with Edgar in Dutch. It's like, oh yeah, well, you guys are from the same area, man. Fucking Dutch. He says, dude, that's like being here in California and then like, you know, saying, oh, you're right next door.
Right to New York.
In New York. It's like, shit, I don't fucking know. I'm not from there,
Zig, man, you got to get out of this motherfucking country and come
Dude,
to Europe,
I'm
man.
telling you, man.
You got to come do the Zig show on tour in Europe. Live podcast. That motherfucker be dope.
You know what? I think that would be a great idea, Dutchie.
Right, Dutch?
I don't think you could do it, Zig. You don't have enough time, but I do.
I know. But, you know, shit for a trip like that.
By the time I come back, my fucking hair will be down there. I'll be fucking rocking the fucking free world, fuckers.
Oh, man. I know. I work too goddamn much, man. And then Dave Rusk, who's one of the guys that are chiming in right now. I do. I mean, I own a business, and I do motorcycle training on the weekend. And then, you know, of course, you know, I'm here. Well, here, this is not a job. This is fucking fun. You know, I love being on the air, you know, and then going and seeing all the bands and supporting all the local bands and stuff like that. And it was really honored when, who was the promoter that touched base with you, Eggers, and then told you to get in touch with me?
Was it Scotty Blinn? Scotty Blinn?
Yes, yeah.
From Black
I think
Market?
it was Scotty.
Yeah.
From Black Market.
And I seen that, shit, there's my brick wall again. God damn it, man.
The wall.
I don't know what you're getting at.
From Mosaic.
Oh,
It was just here.
Big Boss.
Gig Boss.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Gig Boss chimed in. Did you? You obviously, I don't think you heard him because he kind of chimed in, and it was kind of like, Gig Boss does. He's a
Promoter.
a promoter, and man, he has like he books the best shows. Does House of Blues and the whiskey and stuff like that. And he chimed in. I'm telling you, when you guys decide to come back out here, I mean, obviously you guys already get your tour set, and actually you're almost done with your tour. You gotta touch base with him because he's a great promoter and he does everything exactly and gets you in all the right spots. And I'm telling you, yeah. So look, Gig Boss, he's on the joint message that we were communicating on. So, but we have still time for another tune. I want to hear another tune, man. We've had a lot of bands inside here, and bands get to play like maybe like 2 or 3 tunes live, but I want to hear like 10 or 12 tonight. So give us another one, Lord.
This is a song that's going to be on the new album. All right, it's one of my favorite songs. This song is actually dedicated to all of our fallen heroes recently, Mr. Chris Cornell and my man Chester. I trip, I fall, I run, I crawl. I smoke, you choke, I forget, that's all. It's my time to fall into darkness. It's my time to fall into darkness. Don't dot the T's, cross the I's, let them fall. I'm you, you're blue. Where's the mine? Who you gonna call? It's my time to fall into darkness. 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 Fall.
Very nice. Shit, you know, I love the build on that. And I don't know about you, Scott, but I can definitely see the last third of the song, man, just like ripping in some, like, you know, some just off the wall double bass on that. Am I right?
Well, I gotta hear the drums and whatever else is going to it. I mean, it's obviously that's like an acoustic version of it or something, but
Well, and overall, just the type of build that went on. You know,
well, yeah,
the
there's
bass,
all
and then
kinds
it's
of
like
shit you
just
can put to
adding-
that.
Oh man,
Of course.
Yeah, that was open.
We
Very
didn't
good
tell you
job.
we're all drummers, did we?
I love
We're all
drummers,
thinking
man.
it.
I love drummers.
So we're gonna take a little bit of break. We're gonna pay some bills, and you know, and I got to get fucking pissed. Holy shit! I was gonna shut my phone off on Facebook Live. You know what? I think everybody needs to see what happens
Not when you piss.
and what we talk about. Yeah, you're not gonna watch me take a piss, okay? And not unless JJ's gonna hold it for me.
Nope.
But
Got the
you
tweezers?
you know you want to.
Got the-
I know I got a small dick. Everybody fucking knows that. Tweezers.
That's not what I heard.
Fuck, man. Give me a goddamn fucking microscope. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna pass the phone around, man, and after I take while I'm taking a piss, and we're just gonna, you guys should see what it's like behind the scenes at Chaotic Radio, so we don't fucking lose any of our audience. So, anyways, and we got a bunch of more people chiming in. I'd like to give you a shout out right now, but as far as I can see, it's going to take up a lot of time to do that. But I really appreciate you guys chiming in and listening in. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. So stick around while you see what the hell goes on behind the scenes. This is chaoticradio.com. We'll be back with Lord Bishop Rocks.
In the middle of the day, beautiful groove, rolling down the highway. Feel the sun on my face. It's gonna be my day. that racist crack, driving while black. Driving while black. So I say to myself, what did you do? Well, fuck. It doesn't matter. Anger builds and my skin starts to burn. Will these motherfuckers ever learn? Big hat, no news to that. Racist crack, driving while black. Driving while black. While black. Driving. Big hat, no need to that. Racist crack, driving while black.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
Man, you be my. No, I can't do this shit.
Turn off the radio! Ooh, yeah! 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 Rock and roll will never die. Shake up your soul. Dance till you cry. Have the wisdom to have the shame. Break the rules of the media game. Say it loud, say it proud. Black or white, we are the crowd. Say it loud, say it proud. Black or white, we are the crowd. Turn off the radio! Ooh, yeah! 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 When it's based on the blues, all the questions the groove can choose. If you're hot or if you're cold, no one can tell you, baby, how to make your gold. When the music's hot, when the music's cold, no one can question you how to make your gold. Let the music get hot, let the music be cold. No one can question you how to make your gold. Turn off the radio! Ooh, yeah! 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 Radio, turn it off.
Totally different channel. So you're on these, right?
Is that muted?
Doesn't matter. We're on commercial.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but
So three and four is there and there.
so
Right.
this one here, I'm on.
And they're loud. You want to turn up a little bit more? 3 and 4.
You
What
can
does
turn
it
mine
count?
up right here.
you're loud as fuck.
Me?
Right? That's where they should be.
Well, I could back off of here if I have to. It's just I
It's
can't
not.
hear
It's getting
myself.
up on it. You got to get up on it. Now I don't know.
Oh
what
no,
you-
I get up on it. I'm like
I
right
don't
here.
know what you're hearing from these headphones.
Yeah.
Right, but the only thing I care about what's going out on the air.
Yeah.
So you know when he does mute, because we mute everything, but this one doesn't mute. So we turn it down. But it's not on the air now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just remind him to turn it up.
It's the band. Alina was asking first, so you guys can get on rotation. That's my
All right.
original band.
All right. Sounds fucking great. Sounds great. I mean, your voice sounds great. I could do a little bit of extra mixing time. But it sounds fucking fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, if you want copies of what we're doing, I can cut it. It's easy.
Sweet.
Like I could cut it down to individual tracks as well.
Well, whatever you do. Why do we not have this for right now?
Cool. What is that?
It's a big smoker. And it came from nowhere.
Was that the smoker?
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Has it? I didn't notice it last time I was here. It's electrical now?
Gentlemen, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back in with one of your songs. Which one you want?
You just have the motor punk album?
No, I've got 5 albums.
Wow.
Actually, all of them.
Funny thing is, he can't ever find Day Zero stuff. What Scott wants him to play.
Did I say that?
Everybody likes it.
That's why he's my. That's why
they call him JJ. I mean, him.
45 seconds.
Get the fuck in here.
What? I don't know. Why? Yeah? 2. Benzie. Okay. What? Pansy. Penis. Okay. Got it. She listen? Touch that?
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
That's that, you guys? Nice. That's what I said. I wanted to hear with the full thing.
Make the world children cry. Are you happy with your pockets full? Is your money your license to kill?
There's more in there. Right?
Talk so clean. Read the screen.
I like it.
Close your eyes.
Save it.
Tell more lies.
I'll be on Facebook Live. You can't hear what's going on right now. We're playing So, Lord right now kicks ass. A little more heavier. Gotta love it. Nice. I wish you that are on Facebook Live, if you would have tuned into YouTube, you can turn into YouTube. You can be listening to what we're playing in the background. Obviously, you can't do it or listen to it when we're on my cell phone. But tune into YouTube Live, Chaotic Radio Live now, and you can tune in and check out what's playing in the background. So we are back with Laura Bishop Rocks. See if I got this thing plugged in fucking correctly. If I can,
Is Tiff still tuned in?
I don't know. Let me take off.
You didn't
my,
even do the
my
doorbell yet.
linens.
You said about the doorbell. And
Oh,
you didn't
that's
even ring
right.
the doorbell. What the hell?
Let me see.
Ring ding ding dong.
Yep, Tiff still listen. Hey Tiff, this one's for you. See, these guys have no idea.
That's what's great about it.
Right? And I think
what he said.
I'm sorry, did I say it again?
So I'm fucking clueless. I have no fucking idea what you guys do.
No?
You didn't listen to
You don't even know what you fucking do.
we
half the time I don't.
No clue sometimes, but all the clue most of the time.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to listen more now. If you have bands like this, then I'm going to listen more. You bore me to tears most of the time. But when I listen to that shit there, I'm like, fuck, that's my music right there.
All right, we got actually the Godfather, president of Total Control Training, Lee Parks, is actually watching right now too.
Nice.
This is the man of the curriculum that I teach. Great job. Becky from Ride Right is tuning in right now. Also, we got Twan. Hey, what's up, Twan? He's actually doing CSI, if I'm correct, Twan. Make sure I got this correct. It's a CSI. He plays a cop. Actually, he plays a bunch of characters.
Cool.
On that. Anyways, my brother Tom Bones is listening on in. We got Donna, long time.
Donna.
Yeah, Donna. Well, she was an instructor I was with at motorcycle training when I first started training. I've been doing it for 17 years. I can't believe that is my longest employment of all time. The longest I've been at one place is 13 years. I've been an instructor now for 17 years, and Tiff just gave us a thumbs up.
Sweet.
No, she should have given a point.
She likes the doorbell.
Ding
That's
dong.
not a thumbs up. That's a doorbell.
Ding. Oh, was that a doorbell? Ding dong, ding dong. Allison, Allie is I call her Allie, but she was actually my training instructor. She's tuning in right now also. And Dave Mellon, what up, Dave? So, anyways, we are back here with Laura Bishop Rocks from Europe or Germany. Okay, let me just make sure that I'm globally correct here. So if I'm going to say, Lord, where are you from? What am I going to say?
I'm not from Germany, motherfucker.
No, I'm saying, well, that's where
I'm
you
from
came.
New York.
I know that,
But I live in Germany.
Yes, there you go.
So I'm not a tourist. I got an American passport.
Yeah, we don't have to build the wall to keep Lord out, right?
Thank you. Keep me out of the White House, but not keep me out of the country.
I don't know, man. I tell you, Lord, I'll vote for you for fucking president. Fuck it.
2020, baby.
There you go, man. I mean, really, it's open. I mean, I'm telling you, we can get a fucking, an actor in the White House, and now we got, a real estate global person in there. What the hell? Might as well, right? And then base the whole your whole administration on rock and roll, right?
Absolutely.
I think it would be a better place. I'm just saying, man. Shit. When you're upset, what do? You listen to what? You listen to fucking music.
Right.
Right? Makes you feel better. Shit. When the people in the United States get all pissed off, shit, Lord, just start jamming.
Here's the point. You just eliminate the wars. You just get the biggest motherfucker to fight the other biggest motherfucker. And
Right?
that's it. If Trump wants to bomb North Korea or the North Korean dick wants to bomb us, put those guys in a ring, use all the money for ratings and give it to the poor people.
I
That'd
agree.
be so
That's a
fun to
great
watch.
concept right there.
That's right. Put those guys in the ring with some shorts on. Let that short fat man and that big fat man put some shorts on like a world WWF motherfucker, and the ratings will be through the roof. How much money we make? Bigger than the Mayweather fight.
Oh shit! No kidding.
That'd be
Huh?
so awesome. And a better fight as well.
Right,
A
and-
better
and-
fight.
So who would you put
That
your
was
money
pathetic, by the way.
I think Kim Young kick his motherfucker's ass
on?
because
Yeah,
he's
I think so too. He's younger.
I think he's younger and maybe he's a bit quicker.
yeah.
Although,
Or he just
And
sit on
Trump's got no. Trump's in like no condition, man. He's eating cheeseburgers, baby.
right? A bunch of Cheetos. That's where he gets his
What's he
hair
look like?
color
What's-
from, man. But I think if
But we
if
be
Kim
speaking
were to
North
get-
Korean. We don't want that.
Hey,
If Kim,
what if we give them a year to train? Let Trump
That's different.
Like, pump some weights.
That's different.
See, like,
Trump would
come out super
Trump would
Trump.
hire John Claude Van Damme or something like that.
That bullshit. He would just eat more
Body
cheeseburgers.
doubles.
I don't know. He,
Don't be hating.
although I know that if they went to the ring, I know that Trump would probably be wearing some American shorts and Kim would be wearing a fucking diaper.
What's that guy that Kim
baby
Big
Huey.
goddamn fucking baby
or the
kid.
what would be the tag team? That would be Pence, and who else would Kim get?
Oh,
Kim would get President Xi fucking from China. What would that be? That motherfuckers.
You just get a panda.
all right.
Ah, Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my god, these fucking guys.
I would take Kung Fu Panda.
Who said politics can't be fucking funny, right?
What's that guy the Korean guy that songwriter that he looks just like that wrote that one hit?
Kim
Uh,
something.
That guy did.
He looks exactly
What's the,
like him.
the dancing?
Yes,
the
what the
what's
fuck is
that
his
fucking
name?
Song?
I
It was huge.
Somebody chime in.
Gangnam
Gangnam
Style.
Style.
What the fuck is that guy's
What's the
name?
fucking guy's that name?
I have no fucking.
That is
clue.
his
So
like
whoever,
twin brother.
I forgot his name, and I'm
whoever
glad.
comes in with the Gangman Style on the Facebook thing gets a free album right away. Hurry up.
hell
Oh,
yeah.
you see that?
Come on.
You see that?
What's the name of the Gangman Style motherfucker?
Right? See,
It's
Lord's
his
putting it
twin.
on right now. Shit,
What
free
is
album,
it?
man. Oh my god.
Is somebody commenting yet?
What's that?
Do we have an answer yet?
Oh shit, man! You gonna make me take off my fucking glasses again? Let me see. Well, no, I'm gonna give it a minute because I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be plenty of people fucking chiming in on that one. Actually, I have it pulled up on the computer here. I should have actually just like clicked on this right now. Well,
Yeah,
there's a
shut up.
bunch of little windows popping up all over the place, man. People chiming in, so I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure
Oh,
Dutchie's got it by
London
now.
motorcycle. That looks fun.
Oh, there it is.
That's horrible.
That's classic right there.
That's
Isn't it?
it. That shows you how
Horrible
That
shit.
shows you how bad
Classic
it's gotten in the world.
It does, doesn't it?
True.
They make millions of fucking dollars over that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
My nephew would.
And I
Worse
ca-
than
and I
that.
can't pay my fucking rent.
My 5-year-old nephew would just
Motherfuckers.
repeat that on YouTube all day, all
man, that's
day. That's how
torture,
they
huh?
get him.
And worse than that is everywhere you
Hey,
fucking
Colin,
go.
happy birthday.
All these stupid cunts were fucking dancing like it as well. It's like, please shut up. Go away and die. We got real music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stupid shit. And then even like back in the day, I think it started with what's his face that did that.
The chicken dance.
You got all that I need. You know,
Biz Markie.
yeah.
That was
Oh,
horrendous
God,
as well.
that was
horrendous.
That just, I think that started the whole fucking,
Stupid shit music thing.
oh
That was
god.
purposely
Nah,
hard.
they were doing stupid shit way
Oh, they
before
were. That's right.
that.
They were doing disco. Remember Disco Duck, motherfucker? We bought that. Disco Duck. Quack quack quack.
And we fucking liked it.
Right?
Well, maybe you, not me. That was
it-
horrendous.
Nah, bullshit. That's like being gay. I'm admitting it. You're not.
No, that was
Right?
just horrendous.
You like Disco
Oh, it was
Duck.
horrible.
Oh, the fuck I
But
did.
that Disco Duck was level
I
up.
just have the balls to say I
Listen,
hated it.
Disco Duck was a level up. When I got to Germany in 1998, the biggest song on the radio was a song called Up and Down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. That was the whole lyrics. Up
Oh, jeez.
and down.
Did you think about
Up
going right back?
and down. I was fucking booking my flight.
I am out of here, man.
That's pretty bad.
You know, actually the
Dutchie, now you know you got to find that song.
I'm already fucking looking.
Play that shit.
If
Play
I'm
that
not
shit.
wrong, wasn't it Cameo who did that?
No, I don't think Cameo would stoop that low, mother.
You never know.
Was there an ow in it?
No.
Chris Ayala, she was the actual nurse that helped give birth to both my sons. She's chiming in. I think I don't know if she's ever chimed in before. You know, I'm loving this Facebook Live thing, man. Dutchy's the one that started this fucking shit, and it's took off. Oh, there it is.
Dreezy.
Dreezy?
Man, you got so many memories back there. I guarantee you're going to break into a fucking dance.
How did he find
Friday
it that
nights in
fast?
fucking Germany. Hey, there's even lyrics with it. I can join in.
Those of you that are on Facebook Live, add up another window and put in YouTube, Chaotic Radio Live now, so you can hear what's going on. I'm telling you, it's funny.
Ah, fuck that shit. I'm not looking for another song. Let's get back to real fucking music. Like this man's brought to the studio. Fuck that shit.
It's great that Lord just chiming in on this, man. He knows, man. He's been around. So now, Lord, you've got how many albums out? I mean, so this would give people something to look for when they go on YouTube or Google or something like that. What can they do to find out a lot of your stuff?
Well, you just Google Lord Bishop or Lord Bishop Rocks, and the shit explodes. I mean, I'm everywhere, pictures everywhere, whatever. I got albums out: American Lies, Power to the People, Touring Beyond, Dirty Jams, Motor Funk. An album I'm very big fan of, Peace Action 69, that's out. It's countless bootlegs out. It's about, with the bootlegs, compilations, and greatest hits, motherfuckers, about 23 CDs out.
Nice.
23.
See, and I thought I was like, happening because I've got 6 albums underneath me. I mean, that's like, you just made me feel like shit, Lord.
Sorry, man.
I have never made, music yet. Like, I mean, I tried in my earlier years to do that as a career. I just figured out that, I just didn't have the same exact, talent level like a lot of people do. Like Scott, for instance, you, for instance. I love playing. I'm not going to stop playing.
You should never.
But it does take, a very high level of talent to actually make a living at it. And tell the people how. I mean, what is it like to be music? Because people think that, I can make a song and I'm going to be a rock star or a pop star or something like that, and they don't realize that there's like a million other people thinking the same goddamn thing.
Well, the main thing is the world is moving very fast, so you got to kind of try in your own way to slow shit down. That's what I try to do. And try and get the people to finally grasp what you're doing, and you have to be serious about it. And the difference between the guys who want to do it and the guys that are doing it is the time they spend on it. Like, I have an office in Germany, and I'm in my office 12 to 14 hours a day, whether I'm preparing for the show, booking another show, promoting a show, or doing whatever. I'm in the office all the time working on the band when I'm not on the road. And you have to do this. It's a constant thing, constant. And I'm a one-man guy, so I have like bass players and drummers, but they don't do shit. But if you have a band and you can do it the old school way, like this guy does the booking, this guy does the organization for the merchandise, this guy does that. If you have a band and a collective and you're willing to go to the mat with your band, like the old school guys, like when you got like Guns N' Roses sleeping in a piss fucking puked out rehearsal room, those guys, look at it now, they deserve that shit after that, but bands, everybody wants security and they want their own home and they got their pussy and they got their this and that and they want their phones and they want this. You can't have any of that shit. You can just have a flat, your guitar, an amp, a van, and get on the fucking road if you're serious about your music. Yeah. Anything else, it don't matter. You know? Green Day, for example, played every German squat everywhere in Europe before they became big. You got to pay your dues. You got to get on the road. You got to sleep next to cats, sleep next to dogs, sleep in piss. You got to deal with shitty promoters and just keep going forward. And if you don't keep going forward and you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to accomplish anything. Nobody's going to hand you nothing. Not anymore. Gone are the days of Cary Grant working at the ice cream place getting discovered. Those days are gone. So you got to do something for yourself. Or if you're like a young chick or whatever, you got to go the sexual route and suck a lot of dick. But that's it. you know, but you got to do it for yourself. And all the young bands got to get up and say, look, I don't want anything else in my life but playing music, whether it's rock, funk, jazz, whatever it is. And when they commit themselves to doing that and sacrificing everything else, no health insurance, no fucking commitment, no pension, no this and that, when they sacrifice their life to their guitar, their drums, whatever it is,
Their art.
then they have a chance. But until that moment, until you realize that's it, that's it. I have 5 daughters, and all the mothers of the daughters support me because they know that I'm committed to my art, and I'm committed to do what I need to do, and I'm working hard at it every day. And that's what you got to do in life. And at the end of the day, if I die tomorrow, I've played in 38 countries, 4,000 shows. I have a legacy. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
And that's the bottom line. And I will die happy. I'm not working for the man. I'm not slaving for anybody else. I'm doing my own thing. And that's the point.
Right. That's a good point.
that's
That's
what it's about.
Yeah, and that's why I decided to, you know, open up my own shop. And I've been in a successful business for 11 years, actually in February. So another couple of weeks, it'll be 11 years that I've been in business. And
Oh my God, that's about the same time I've been in business.
really,
Crazy.
oh, we need to have anniversary party.
Almost like, yeah. Like
So I'm looking for a
almost
job.
12 years.
So maybe we should go nudie bar hopping for our company anniversaries then, huh?
fucking
Scott?
Yo. Yes, for sure.
You see, that just rolled off my lips, and what's going to happen is Oscar's going to give me a fucking, you know, nightmare, you know, argument because I just mentioned strippers. Honey, you're my only stripper. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm one of those girls. I love her to pieces, but you know, sometimes things get taken a little too literally.
When is your wedding anniversary?
Oh shit! No!
Wedding.
Whoa! Slow down, Lord. Slow down, Lord. I've been married twice divorced, and I actually was with my girl Otsko before I met my boy's mom that I was married to.
That's all right.
Which was my second wife.
All right. So you
my thing wasn't the third time's a charm. You know what I mean? And I would hate to.
Third time's your left arm.
Well, my thing is that, you know what, I would hate for it to end in a divorce because I've already dealt with 2, and I think that we would just be happy in knowing that I don't go down that road, and I would love to be happy for the rest of my life with my girl. You know?
Men love to.
So you're not married?
Amen.
No, I'm not married.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no.
when is your together day? Do you remember that?
No, I just.
Oh shit!
You see what Lord just did?
That's why he's
God damn it!
I'm
He's
sorry, man. I
gonna
just cut your
face some
pussy
shit
off.
tonight.
Just fucked you over right there.
Yeah, he did.
Just saying.
Damn, dude.
Sorry,
Just
man.
saying.
I think she's commenting already.
God damn.
Do you even know what month it was?
He's like,
You just-
Okay.
Reason
You
why I
best
asked-
unfuck yourself
reason-
right now,
reason
buddy.
why I asked is because I wanted to come and play on your anniversary of your together
Oh
day.
shit! Look
Yeah.
at that.
So I want to give my free services, keyword free, and you make a big party with the brother here, and I come and play on your anniversary of your together day, man.
yeah.
You hear that, Otsko?
With 4 drummers
Make
at
it up.
once.
With 4
We
fucking
got
drummers.
fucking Lord
It's actually
What,
tomorrow.
right?
Zig, what month is it? Do you know?
You know what? Sorry. This fucking guy. I swear to God, dude.
Year?
You
Any
know,
idea what year it was?
Let me take this shot real quick. So,
Hey, dude,
Might
you
be-
only shot unis
Might
with
be
a,
your last.
hey, the shot unis with a fucking gun, brother.
Oh.
you know, we actually talked about this in the show before. Guys really don't keep track of that shit. Women will keep track of, oh, our first kiss was on this day. Oh, you took me out to dinner for the first time on this day.
They know
I'll
everything.
remember some of
Yeah,
They know everything.
this is the first
dates
time
are
that
basically
you know
numbers,
we
I'll
had
remember.
sex. This is the first time that you de-virginized my bunghole. They remember all.
That's the first time you
You know-
rang my doorbell.
Ding dong, ding dong. Wait,
Oh, coming
wait,
up.
wait.
They know everything.
That's what that's about.
That-
That's his wife.
and that's the first time that Tiff, you know,
Shut
I rang the
Hey.
doorbell on Scott.
Scott,
No.
So
what was
anyway-
the date she
That
first
wasn't
rang your
me.
doorbell, Scott?
I had nothing to do with that shit. She was right here on the air telling the story, motherfucker.
I
I had
know.
nothing to do with that, motherfucker.
I know that. That's okay. But who gave
I
me
give, I don't
Who gave me a
receive.
doorbell for Christmas?
You give doorbell rings?
Well,
He got stumped.
well,
You don't have to answer.
if that was the case, I would
Please
rather
don't
give than receive. Yes. Yes. No, there's no receiving of that fucking kind. That's an output, not an input.
That's true. That's where poop comes out.
In my case.
So you're not gonna assume deposition.
Oh fuck no. I'd rather die. I'd rather get your gunshot.
See, Lord standing here like going, okay. What did I fucking walk into right here? Okay,
It's just a funny story.
It is, and it's never
That's
ending.
I gave him for his birthday. I gave him a bottle of tequila with that doorbell thing attached to it. Right. Had my girl on, and she was talking about a story that she had, and some guy that was like wanting some ulterior fucking motive fucking action going on.
He wanted to finger up his asshole.
Okay.
He's going.
Can we get right to the point?
He's asking, "Have you found Jesus?"
Ring the doorbell. So that's where we came down. That we call Tiff the mail lady. So Tiff, you know that's great because a woman that's out there to please. Very good.
That's a classic all-time story.
But so. See, the guys are sitting in front of me like going, now they're whispering each other's ears. They're like, what the fuck? Why are we here? Okay.
Oh, no, this shirt.
No, we didn't say that.
It goes all directions.
I'll tell you something, guys? You know, this show is the chaotic of chaotic. The only one that matches mine is gonna be Dutchie's, man.
I don't come close to this shit.
You don't reciprocate, do you?
I don't want to because you know what? No, I'm gonna say that.
He's like, no, don't touch my fucking
Go on,
doorbell.
give me a second, and I'll say this for a reason. Right? I've had so many fucking good bands and bad bands in my studio, in this studio on my show. This guy's fucking amazing, and we're talking about fucking doorbells. Stick the doorbell up his ass so he gets what he wanted. Press it so it rings a little bit, and then get back to this man's music because this is fucking what I fucking love. So that to 1, 2, 3 of you two guys can stay. You guys can fuck off.
They're getting ready
Fuck
to
off,
play
you
another
cunts.
song.
It's all right. He's right. So let's get back to Lord. So Lord, what else you got for us?
I'm going to play a song for Caroline Penzi. She's a very beautiful lady, and the song's called Poor Boy. Ooh, yeah. Suffering is all I do. Can you hear me sing, Lord, while I'm laying next to you? I ain't baby what you throw away. But I love you, baby, to my dying day. I'm just a little guy. Poor boy. Just a little poor boy. You wanted me to see what was in your eyes, oh. But I
was too blind to see. The sun, the flowers, and the sky. Right, baby. What you throw away. But I love you, baby. Love you, baby. To my dying day. I'm just a little, yeah. Oh boy. I'm just a little, yeah. Oh boy. I'm just a little. I'm just a little. I'm just a little, yeah. Poor boy. Just a little poor boy.
Yeah, baby, that's fucking nice, man. Yeah, fucking A. So now, tell me, Laura, you've been in several other countries. What country do you think? Because I remember I was talking to Edgar's, and you guys did a tour through Russia, which Russia doesn't get much of the outside influence, obviously. Give me some countries that really just thrive for just this music, because obviously they maybe they're sheltered or something like that. I don't know. That got the best response. It was just creaming their jeans over you.
Well, the I guess emotionally, the two countries, both Spanish-speaking countries, emotionally for me, were the just like, wow, I I walked away going, wow, I just did that. We went to Cuba in May 2015, and the thing is, in Cuba, even now, okay, there's no real sponsorship for culture. They have very great healthcare system and medical situation and great universities, but there's no sponsorship for culture. So there's no amps and there's no drums, and it's just mess. It's a mess. So everything's like 75 fucking years old. So we barely had equipment to play on, but we managed to make the equipment work, and we managed to get the point across. And the Cuban people, this is a time before Fidel passed away, and it's the Cuban people just fucking freaked out. And I walked away after 7 shows, I think, in Cuba. And I walked away like, wow, and I really left an impression. I gave all my shit away. They couldn't afford to buy anything. So I gave all my CDs away. I gave all the T-shirts away. And it just felt like, wow, this is just such a beautiful thing. And then, of course, after that, bands, Audio Slave did that big show there in Havana. And then, of course, the Stones went to Cuba. And I think these things are great. And the Dead Daisies went to Cuba. So that was great. And then I recently went to Mexico last year, and that was also amazing. And I think one of the biggest emotional things was we went to a little small town, and one of the promoters had a friend who had a little music school. And we went to this music school, really poor kids, and they had really beat up instruments and whatever. And we went to this school, and we integrated the kids into a jam, and some of these guitar players, they were just tearing shit up. I was just like, wow, these kids, 13, 14 years old, in the middle of nowhere in Mexico, just ripping it up. And that was also one of those things where I said, God bless these beautiful children who are trying to create art. And I guess those two experiences were great. I mean, I've played everywhere, from New Zealand, Australia, all the European countries. But just to know that these people have no access to the good equipment and the good treatment, and no possibility money wise to go anywhere to do anything. And then I go there and I bring the music, this music to them. It just changed everything for me. So it's one of those life-changing moments I'll never forget.
Excuse me. So now, what's it like to go to obviously Mexico and Cuba? You know, some people speaking English. So if you have a crowd of like maybe let's just say 100 people, you might have like 2 or 3 people that actually speak English.
A bit more,
so,
but yeah.
But you know, obviously what they're doing is they're getting into the music,
right?
They feel it, and they have no idea what you're saying, but obviously it speaks loudly for the power of music itself. Now then you come off the stage and they're all wanting to meet and greet, and how does that communication happen?
Well, it's beautiful. I mean, the thing is that the younger generation, more people speak English than you would think, but it is a musical thing, and I think, like being an American, I moved to Europe, and my base country is Germany. So even if you can hear the way I speak very clearly and I stop a lot. And so I've done that and learned to do that because people need to hear every word. And when you're living in a foreign country where they don't speak English, you got to deliver the words in a certain way where they can get it. Because us in America, we don't talk like it's like that. And so when you're in another place, and so that is developed into my songwriting. So my songwriting is also very open and very clear. So even, the choruses of some songs, spend my life on the rock and roll road. If you don't speak English, you can still feel that and get that. You can sing it, and you can know what it means kind of because it's open. It's very open. So, yeah, to answer your question, I think it's just, I think they get it. I think they get it, and I think with those countries, for example, not Cuba because they didn't have an internet issue, but for sure with Mexico, the kids knew we were coming. They investigated the band. They researched what they could on YouTube or whatever. They came in and they learned the songs. They sing in the songs. Some kids ask for songs I don't even play anymore.
Nice.
And I was like my man Dutch, he just brought me in there and said, "Yeah, well, I got all your albums." And I'm looking at it, I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't even know. Wow, I don't even know 140 songs."
Right.
So, but these kids were like, "Can you play this? Can you play that?" And I'm like, "Wow, we don't play that." So, but I think it's a thing, and I think it translates. Emotion translates, and that's for me that was the main thing.
That's awesome. And obviously you've played in the Orient before,
No, never played in the Orient.
No, really.
Never, not yet. It's one of my goals.
Wow, because it's usually a lot of bands like my girl, she's Japanese.
Okay.
And that's usually people's, or a lot, not people's.
They're very shy.
Bands are, they're so huge there. They could be like nobody here.
Right.
And then they go to, kind of like the British invasion. You remember those days, right? You had Scorpions and
the Scorpions are German.
German,
I know
yes.
they're German. Okay, there I go. That's just the
fuck?
fucking global thing. You know what? Everybody, fuck off.
See, the thing of Zig and this group of people is once you go across water, they have no fucking clue. Germany, England, European. It doesn't.
I don't. I'm not a fucking global fucking guy.
Yeah, but
Well, but
anyway, we know what you
because
mean.
of the beer you drink.
We're not picking on you.
they care more about it in Europe. They really do. They come out to the live shows. We had people like along the lines of what he's saying. We played a show with him in Lüneburg, Germany, right? And we had just put out a 6-song little like promo disc with him, 3 of our band, 3 of his band, and we played this random show in Lüneburg, Germany, and this girl comes up to my singer and was like, "Will you play Tattoo Crazy?" And we were all like, and we were never going to play that song. And we're like, well, this girl requested it. How can we not play this song? Like, this is incredible. Like, no, we've never had someone, they do the investigation. Right. There's not such an emphasis on I'm gonna sit on my phone and like Snapchat or do all this other stuff. They're like, hey, what's coming to town? Like I wanna fully embrace it and be excited. When I see bands, I want to know their new albums. So when I hear that song, it means something to me. And like to see all over Germany, especially, I mean, they really do things differently. And it was just, it's inspiring. It makes you keep going just for that one person that requests that song. I'm getting chills just speaking about it because that's what it's about. Someone that you've never, ever met in your life telling you to play this song, and you're like, oh God, this all makes it worthwhile.
It's to me, it's very simple. It's very simple. And it's like anything in work. If you do your homework and you work hard, you should be rewarded for that. If we go to school and we get a certain amount of degrees and we become a neurosurgeon, for example, or whatever, we deserve something for that. It's hard fucking work. So, like for me, when I come to the United States, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but when I come to the United States with 4,000 shows behind me, and I get $15, that's some heavy shit. Because the United States is either you're up, or totally down. Very, very middle ground is not really there. There's no middle class for rock and roll. And so we need to, in the United States, and all the English-speaking countries are the same. England's fucked. Ireland's fucked. Australia, New Zealand, the United States, all the English-speaking countries treat the bands and the artists the same. And I toured to all these places. But when I got playing in Romania, I'm playing a biker festival. They're paying me $2,500 to play the biker festival. So it's like, I don't understand how, like, the American bands who have a resume, who have toured, who have worked hard, don't get a really good fee and food and a hotel by the club because they're going to bring people. Recognize people who do the work, but it's like, it's not that way. And in other English-speaking countries, it's not the way, and that saddens me because this is the place where people can actually hear what you're doing and understand what you're doing and know what you're saying and know what you're trying to be and who you're trying to be. I don't mean to get philosophical on the thing, but, for me, it's a painful thing because I'm an American and I want the culture of music to grow. But it only can grow if the people that are involved on all levels get involved and help each other, and it's, we went to see a cover band recently, great cover band, friends of mine, pace packed, dancing to 80s hits. And nothing wrong with 80s hits. Those guys did well. They have their one-hit wonders, most of them, But, they had a hit single. They made money. It's cool. I'm not taking anything away from any musician. But, if that band was advertised to play their original music, and even if they had some resume, it would be 20%, 80% of the people wouldn't be there.
It's amazing you say that because we had a couple of bands like that who came on the show. And they came from the UK. They had one big, huge 80s fucking single. The band was When in Rome. And they still, 30 years later, are playing to thousands of people at 80s festivals and getting paid top dollar to play 20 fucking minutes. And I lived in Germany for a little bit. And their passion for music, unfucking believable. I've lived in America 26 years, and whether it's sport or music, if you're successful and at the top, they're there, and if you're not, they're not. They're soccer fans when the women are in the World Cup final. It's the only time of year they are. And it's a shame because the amount of fucking passion and work that's put in by musicians that get fucked over by that is unreal.
Yeah, people don't realize that it's a lot. I mean, the effort you put in to create your music. People think, oh yeah, well okay, I play the drums, I can just keep a timing on this. Oh, I play bass, I can keep a time on this. I play guitar, I can keep a time on this. No big deal. Shit, 1,000 people can fucking sit there and just make shit, but to make good, is a whole nother deal. I mean, I've listened to many bands. I mean, I've had bands hit me up. Hey, Zig, I want to be on the show. Okay, well, send me something, and that's like, oh wow. I mean, guys, you need to do some homework. There's a lot to it. Dutchie's. The thing is, everyone inside here right now is musicians. Dutchie's been a musician for how many years, Dutchie?
I wouldn't class myself as a musician. I'm proud to be allowed on the stage. I'm a very bad bass player. I do it for the fun. No. You fucking laugh at me again, bitches.
Dude, you're a musician.
I played in a punk band for 40 years and I'm fucking useless. Right? I don't deserve to get paid for what I do. There's bands, there's musicians that do. There's bands that don't make it big who deserve to. There's bands that don't deserve to make it big who, it's
a dice game.
It's a fucking is,
It's a dice game.
But when you put the time in and when you've had the success, it fucking sucks to see a one-hit wonder pulling in 30,000 people as part of 5 one-hit wonder bands against a band who deserve to have a fucking crowd in front of them and get fucked over on a show somewhere else.
Oh, I totally agree. Like that new thing that came out. Someone sent me this video. Some guy going. What?
Hey, that sounds pretty cool.
And
Send
it was
me the video.
it was wearing like some spacesuit and
Get it.
shit. And it's some huge hit. Have you guys seen that video yet?
No.
So I'll say this, I'm going to interrupt, and I fucking hate to interrupt because I'm an engineer. But I also own the station, so fuck everyone. Play another song, dude. Your music's so fucking good. Your music's so fucking good.
Hey, I'd like to hear another one of the ones with all the drums and stuff too, because I mean,
Because you're a drummer.
well, no, because
we
it
all wanna
adds
play
a whole
drums to
nother
it.
vibe.
Well,
to
fuck
their,
it, let's do
their
that.
Music.
You tell me what to play from any album,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
we'll play it, and then we go and play another fucking live song in the studio because it's amazing music. And just like you said, Zig, when you said, where can people hit on you? Dude, you put their fucking name on the internet, boom. It's fucking everywhere.
You can play a song called Drown and Burn with Your Sins off the Motor Funk dedicated to 45.
Drown and Burn with Your Sins. That's a fucking wicked name to a song, dude. I love that. That's metal right there.
It takes only the tears of God and the spitfire of Satan to remind you what you did, and from the earth your soul will rid. Drown and burn with your sins. Drown and burn with your sins. Drown and burn with your sins. White and red where you begin. You know me. I know you. But I'm the devil. Through and through. You know me. And I know you, but I'm the devil, through and through. Drown and burn with your sins. Drown and burn with your sins. Drown and burn with your sins. White and red, where you begin. Chill out. Check 1, check 2.
KegRadio.com. Fucking hell, that music is fucking good.
Hell yeah.
And it's earlier on when you were talking about all the different, because you obviously, your likes of music is fucking everything. Everything. So, you know, you're talking about Bad Brains and you're talking about fucking all these different metal bands and well, everything. And listening to that, now I've got to fucking listen to your music more. The fact that you went and played all around the world and you're doing what you're doing, well, I want to thank you for fucking being in our studios to start with. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to hear your stories.
Yeah, man.
Man, you must have some
A lot of
fucking
stories,
stories, man.
there's a lot of-
Fucking hell, yeah, I
there's
bet
a lot
there
of-
are.
There's a lot of stories, man.
Hell yeah.
$50 a story.
$50. You don't need to pay me that much a story, dude. We can record it. We'll make an album of your stories. I'll sign it for you, and then I'll charge you the 50 fucking bucks.
Nice.
Where have you just been touring?
Here?
Anywhere. Over the. Give me the last year's touring.
Oh my God. We've toured in, of course, Germany, the Netherlands, Italy. I did the Mexico tour, Czech Republic, Hungary. We just did a big tour, and we did a tour in the East with Bulgaria, Romania. We're in Serbia. We played. We're about to go to Ireland.
What
We
took
did the UK.
What place took you by surprise the most?
Took me by surprise.
With their love for you.
Well, you know, I've been there a lot, so I don't think that's. Nothing's surprised me except for what I said earlier. I said, of course, I'd never played in Mexico, and when I went into Mexico, nobody's been there, and you know, I was landing, and it was like, I was greeted like fucking I was Chuck fucking Berry or something, you know, and it was girls throwing their panties at me, and it was freaky, you know.
Oh, nice.
It's a panties thing.
Fucking zig.
Shit, panties, bras, I don't give a shit, dude. So that, as long as they have a fucking jock strap, I'm good to go.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, see, I drank mine.
Thank you, Chaotic Radio.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna say, what a fucking pleasure, man. I just said to
Thank
Zeke,
you,
know
man.
what? The fucking apart from how great your music are, you as a person and the way life should be treated, the way people should be treated, I'm in fucking awe of you, my man.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. The main thing is I blame it all on my mom and my dad. They raised me very well, and you know, I had a rough upbringing. My dad was really strict, but when I think about it now as a grown man, all the things he did to me to kind of keep me in line, I thank him for that. You know, in his passing, I thank him for that because he made me a good fucking man, you know, and a straight man and a man that's serious. And I don't do everything right, and I make mistakes, and I fall down on my face, but at the same time, I know how to give love and to make sure everybody is happy, and I try to do my best, and I want to do my best. I have everything from my heart. It's always in the best, you know, direction. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, we can feel it in the room. The energy is fucking amazing.
Fucking A, dude. I mean, you know, we've had a lot of bands in the room, man, but like that you said, it's just, you know, your aura and your charisma is you know, second to none. But I want to hear another live tune. I want to hear you jamming right now. And I as far as I'm looking on my FB here, everybody else wants to hear you play too.
It's a game of crash and burn. If you survive a bunch of shit you would learn. I would have blown to put on your shoes. But if you don't, your blood will diffuse, yeah. Rock City, Rock City, Rock City Blues. Rock City, Rock City, Rock City Blues, yeah. Listen now. A woman scorned is a bleeding hell.
She will decapitate your soul before you can tell. I would survive if you jump off the mess. But if you're gonna take a permanent rest, Rock City, Rock City, Rock City Blues. Rock City, Rock City, Rock City Blues, baby. Rock City. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, down, 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 bow, down. Bow, down. Bow, down. Wow. Rock City, Rock City, Rock City Blues. 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 Rock City! Rock City! Rock City! Blues.
Very nice. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's true music right there, right from the heart.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
You know, Lord, dude, it was an honor having you here tonight, man.
Thank you, man.
It really was.
Thanks for having us.
You know, and I'm so glad that we got tipped off onto you. And I mean, God, dude, you know, and then watching you live, you know, on Saturday, having you in the studio was absolutely fucking even just more amazing.
Thank you.
Just right here up and personal, you know, and get to know you heart to heart. You know, a lot of hit. Not only a lot of history, but a lot of hard work do we cover tonight. When it comes to being a true musician, there's a lot to it. You know, like you said, you have to put everything into it. So those are the musicians, and I see a few of you chiming in that are musicians that have been on the show. Obviously, you see what it is. I mean, it's a tough road, and you know, but you know if you can do it as a career, you know, that's awesome. Because, you know, music changes everything. Music changes the world, and that's what everybody, you know, in this world relies on. If things are going bad, you know, they rely on music. If things are good, they rely on music. If things are going sad, they rely on music. Music runs the world.
Yeah.
That's my bottom line.
I would let Eggers chime in for a minute because he has something to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that it's all tough, and you know, we can talk about sacrifices and what else not, but the thing is that it's not that hard and it's not that tough anymore, as you already discussed before, if you're truly passionate about what you do. Because if you eat, breathe, sleep, wake up with music and what you do, it's not hard, because you do not care where you're sleeping, what are you eating, I mean, you can be starving for a couple of days, but it doesn't matter unless you can play. So, and I believe that has moved me forward, and I can assure you that this guy feels the same way. So, it all becomes down to the very, very simple thing, homework, which you mentioned before. If you want to do something, you just go and do it, and you know, sometimes you just don't need to think too much about anything. You just need to do, and that is unfortunately the lack of action is something which holds back not only the bands but the whole industry, because there's a lack of passion in here.
That's it.
And it is very painful to see, because in my country we have so many talented musicians, so many of them who will never get anywhere because they don't believe in themselves. I mean, they believe in themselves in a certain level, but they don't work enough, and they're not persistent. They give up, one failure, two, okay, maybe three, that's it. You should not care about failing, whatsoever, whenever. You just do it until you achieve what you want to do.
Yeah,
where you want to be.
It's a combination of really two quick things. It's a combination of the passion to want to do it, to say, this is what I love to do, and I'm going to do it, no matter what. It's that sacrifice that comes along with it, which is for some people very hard. If you have a child and a wife or whatever, girlfriend, whatever, and they got to get fed, and you can't make money with your music, then you got nothing else to do but get a job, because it's just the way it is. But if you're lucky enough not to have that responsibility yet, and you have the possibilities to play your guitar or playing the drums or whatever, or getting in the van and pushing things forward, you should try it. At the same time, the industry, all the times, if you think about the bigger bands, going down from the Doors to the Who to Led Zeppelin to even Mr. Hendrix to the early Allman Brothers, etc., Black Sabbath, there was someone who believed in the band for not just the hit, but the development of the group. And if the record label is not thinking long term, then that's it. I mean, if you read a book about AC/DC, they were this close, inches, centimeters close from Atlantic Records dropping them. Because they didn't believe in the band. They didn't believe in Bon Scott. But the band crossed with Highway to Hell and said, fuck you, this is the way we are. And the people finally got it after 4 albums. Bruce Springsteen almost got dropped by Columbia. They bought $80,000 of fucking CDs to kind of convince the label they're still selling CDs. So there's stories after stories after stories of these people who we may never have heard of.
We were lucky, simply lucky.
Yeah.
That shit like that happened, because we would have lost those motherfuckers.
That's right, absolutely.
Right. So, anyways, we are done with it with the Zig Zone. Thanks again for Lord Bishop Rocks, and John and
Snowman.
Eggers.
I got one quick question.
Well, I was going
It's
to say
easy to Pepper and Snowman. Pepper and Snowman.
Edgar. But anyways, we gotta kind of we're a little bit over time.
Well,
so
the only reason I say it is because there's a counter on the air time, and you got 1 minute, 12 seconds, and then no matter what you talk it to yourself.
Yes,
it's been the most amazing fucking band, most amazing show.
Did I hear that you help promote people like touring?
Well, shut the fuck up. We have, like I said, we have a fucking minute and a half.
That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to ask about.
Very good. But you know what? Look up Lord Bishop Rocks. Go on YouTube. You can find him. Google him. You will find him, dude. Lord, I appreciate you for fucking coming in.
Thank you.
John Eggers. All right. Very good, guys. We do got to get off the air. So, anyways, and of course Scott McLaughlin, and of course with JJ, we are out here. Thanks for you for tuning in and telling you, Lord Bishop Rocks. If there's still three more dates coming up, so look on my Facebook page. There is the post for their dates. Go on there. And outside of that, thanks for tuning in for the Zig Zone. We'll be back next week for another special guest musician band. So we will see you then. Other than that, rock on!
Sell your soul to defend your land. Spill your blood for the killer man. No solution, baby. It's the last train home.